Hi, my name is Nolan.
All right, Nolan, we're going to ask you a couple questions here. All right, number one, what do you consider violence?
I guess I would consider violence any excessive physical force when it's out of context. So, like if it's not in a sporting event, like if I just punched you in the face right now, I'd say that's violence. But if we had boxing gloves on and we were standing up, I wouldn't really call it violence.
What about excessive verbal abuse? Violence or no?
That's not, no, I don't see that as violence.
Okay. Um, would you let your child play a violent sport like boxing, UFC, uh, stuff like that? Football, lacrosse.
I don't think I would let them play a sport like boxing or do UFC because that's strictly fighting, whereas football and lacrosse, there's a game that could result in fight. So my answer to that is no to like boxing, UFC, but yes to a sport like wrestling, where it's a lot of technique, a lot of, learning what you're doing. The other, it's just,
Brawling.
yeah, it's just brawling. There's not much to it.
So yes for football and lacrosse too.
Yeah.
Okay. What is anger management? Can you define it?
I'd say anger management it's where someone who has someone who gets angry really easily goes to get their anger toned down. I'm not too sure what like the definition is, but it's kind of like therapy for those who get angry easily.
Okay. Do you know anybody with anger management? Friend, someone in the family, maybe your parents, brother, sister, anything?
Do you know that kid in our grade, Jake Hogan?
Yeah, I know Jake.
Hogan.
Yeah.
He gets really mad really easily. He gets angry even when he's happy. I was watching the Super Bowl with him. He started flipping tables and couches when the Giants won. But when they were losing early in the game, he also flipped the tables. So by the time he flipped them a second time, he just flipped them right back over. So, but when no matter how he's feeling, happy or sad, I don't want to be within 50 miles of him. So he's just a real menace.
Does his anger intensify when he does some like actions or play sports, maybe drinks?
Oh, I've seen him play hockey, and he's not much to do anything like with the hands, so he just goes at the refs, throws a stick at refs, and with alcohol. I remember one incident at prom. After prom, this girl that he went with, he started freaking out on her because like she wouldn't hook up with him. Like, Jake, chill out. She was too good looking to begin with.
Okay. When do you? Who do you think starts domestic violence more often, a man or a woman?
I think it's a man, probably.
Why?
Because I think men, that's how they channel their anger, physically, whereas a woman's more likely to do it verbally.
Okay. But is domestic violence verbal and physical?
I think domestic violence is just physical.
So what would you consider verbal fighting between a husband and wife?
I just say that's just like a problem. I mean, it's not violence, it's violence.
Okay. Do you know anyone who is a victim of domestic violence?
I have seen my friend Jake Hogan be dragged off a baseball field by his collar by his dad. So, I don't know. I mean,
Okay. What is your opinion about Chris Brown beating Rihanna's ass?
I think behind every action there's a story. So, I want to find out what Rihanna did to deserve this.
She threw her Lamborghini keys out the car window.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, fine. How much is a Lamborghini worth? Like, think about that.
It's
Like,
like 150.
How much is Rihanna worth?
nothing to me. Apparently nothing to Chris Brown. That Bugatti up front.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't mine.
Okay. Does a player's action on the court or field affect how you like them as an athlete?
Yes, absolutely. If I see an athlete hurt another person, then that'll make me dislike them.
So, do you like Meta World Peace less now that he elbowed James Harden in the face?
Well, yeah, I never liked him to begin with after he went into the stands in that Detroit game, and that just made it worse. That was just... And the fact that he tried to justify it made it even worse.
What about Mike Tyson biting off someone's ear.
Alright, well, here's this. In basketball, their elbows flying all game. In boxing, it's never okay to bite, and he literally bit off a piece of the guy's ear. That is the worst thing I've ever heard or seen.
Okay. Can you think of any more athletes that you dislike because of their violence?
Zinedine Zidane headbutting that Italian guy in the chest in the 2006 World Cup. That's pretty bad.
All right.
All right, that's
Thanks,
about
Mom.
it. If you want to give us a dance, somebody else gave us a dance. So.
My friend inspired me to do a little bit of this dance. Goes like this. You gotta work the back shoulder. Ronan Maloney.